Hello, it's Mrs. Trombley. It is time to apply what we did yesterday in social studies. So yesterday in social studies, you looked at your chapter 6 packet and you had a little sheet push or pull that went along with it. So I want you to get those things. You should have your chapter 6 early English settlements packet and then this sheet right here that you completed yesterday, push or pull. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the answers on your push and pull sheet. And then we are going to go ahead and, when you flip over this page in your packet, you have a page that looks like this, push factors, pull factors. We're gonna put the 4 push factors and the 4 pull factors where they go. All right, so you should have a pencil, you should have your packet, your push and pull factors sheet, and you need tape or a glue stick. Either one will be fine. So yesterday, we talked about the difference between a push factor and a pull factor. And basically, a push factor is just why someone would want to leave their current place that they are at. It's something that drives people away. So you can look at a push factor as something that would push someone out of where they want to go. It's something they don't like about where they are, okay? A pull factor is something that would pull someone to a new spot. So it's reasons that they like another place better. It's reasons that the other place would attract them or pull them to where it is. So push factor, it's what you don't like about where you currently are. Pull factor is what you do like about where you want to go. That's the gist of it. So I want you to get that push or pull sheet in front of you. This one right here. And yesterday I asked you to go through and label each of these with either push or pull. We're gonna check your work now. So if you got it wrong, I want you to fix it so that we glue it into the correct spot, okay? So I'm gonna start off and label mine, and then after I'll share with you what I want you to do with it. You're just checking your answers right now. Number 1, the European population in the Americas was still very small. There seemed to be plenty of room for people. So this is talking about the population in the Americas. This is where the Europeans wanted to go. So in the Americas, it was still a small population. There's lots of room. That's a reason why I would want to go to the Americas. That's a reason why the Americas seem better. So this would be a pull factor. This is something good about the Americas that makes them want to go there. Number 2, many people left rural areas in search of employment in European cities. They found increased competition for jobs that paid well and, in many cases, a shortage of jobs. So because they're having this shortage of jobs, this is something they don't like about where they're currently at, okay? So if it's something they don't like about where they're currently at, this you should have labeled as a push factor. Shortage of jobs. All right, number 3, people believe they would be free to practice their religion in the Americas. The Americas also provided a place to live free from the direct rule of a king or queen. So these are things that they like about the Americas that wants to pull them towards it. They want to be free to practice their religion, and they want a place to live free from direct rule by a king or queen. So that's why they'd want to leave Europe and go to the Americas. So this right here for number 3 is a pull factor. Number 4, around the 16th century, some kings and queens in Europe believed that they had the right to rule both the church and the state. People were not allowed to worship the way they wanted. Some people who did not accept the official religion got into trouble. So this is something about Europe that the people living there did not like. Okay, the kings and queens believed that they could control the church and religion. So basically force them to practice their religion, okay? And people weren't allowed to do what they wanted with that. So this right here, number 4, would be a push factor. This is something about Europe that they did not like that would push them out. Okay, we're on number 5. People no longer believe that evil caused illness, but learn that illness is related to unclean living conditions. Population increased due to the control of disease and improved public health conditions. This caused some areas to be overpopulated. Overpopulated is not a good thing. It's like really, really super crowded. So because of that population increase and things being overpopulated, they wanted to leave and go somewhere where, number 1, there was plenty of room. So for number 5, this is something they don't like about where they're currently at that would push them out of where they are living. So that should be push for number 5. Number 6, people had the chance to have a job that might make them wealthy. The Americas also provided the opportunity to earn money by owning or working for a company. So the fact that they could have a chance to have a job to get them money and the opportunity to own their own company or work for their own company, that is something that would draw people to the Americas. They didn't necessarily have the same chance where they were at. So this will be a pull factor. This is something about the Americas that they liked that drew them there. All right, to number 7. European countries had limited land and natural resources. Land became scarce in the countryside. Increased family population left less land for children to inherit, but people wanted to own their own land. So in Europe, where they're currently living, they had limited land and natural resources. Land became scarce. It means there's not much of it. And the fact that the population's increasing left less land for children to inherit. So this right here, this is a push factor. This is a reason they'd want to leave Europe. That's what push factors are, things that you don't like about where you currently are that are pushing you away. And the last one, number 8, people who had no chance of owning land in Europe could become landowners in the Americas. The New World also had an abundance of natural resources, including metals, minerals, and animals that attracted people. So right here, this word attracted people. This talks about the things in the Americas that the people in Europe wanted. This is a pull factor because it's what they like about the new place that's making them want to go there. So right now on your sheet, you should have, for pull, you should have number 1, number 3, number 6, and number 8. And for push, you should have 2, 4, 5, and 7. What I want you to do now is I want you to cut all of these out. So I'm going to cut mine out just while we're on here, and you can cut yours out. If you want to pause, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut out these little cards. This is that extra sheet. I'm not cutting anything out of my packet. I am just cutting out the little cards on the extra push or pull sheet. Let me get that. And almost there. Takes you a little bit longer, that's fine. The good news is you can always pause me. Okay, so now you have all your labeled cards, right? So in your chapter 6 packet, I want you to turn the page, and mine's not stapled right now. I just am printing out the single sheets as I go. It's a little easier than writing on the back. On the back side of your chapter 6 early English settlements, in your packet is a sheet that looks like this. So this is part of your packet. It's the back side of the front page. So technically it's page 2 of your packet. You are now going to take all your little cards and all of the ones that say push factor on it, you're going to glue in this first column, okay? So I've got my glue stick, hopefully you have yours, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put the glue right on here, like this. I'll get all my push ones done. I'm gonna find my push cards. Okay, I see I have number 2, so I will push that down. And my next one is 4, push that down. 5 is a push. And 7, a push. Now I want to put the pull factors on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll put all my glue down. I'm sure you're a little neater with your things. It's pretty early in the Trombley house. I've only had 1 cup of coffee so far, so 2 cups of coffee, it would really be my best. All right, so on the back side of that front page, we now have a completed set of push and pull factors. And that is all you needed to do today, my friends. See you soon.